bringing out our next fighter from Calgary, Alberta, Anheliger.
Calgary fighter Chad Anheliger coming in here tonight.
The monster. The monster. I had an interview with Chad, and I asked him about his nickname, the monster, and they're like, he does not stop. He does not quit. His cardio is monstrous. He's a small-town guy from Consort, Alberta, and spends a lot of time hunting and fishing, but he will not stop. It's just crazy. You can see his coach there, Brian Bird, out of Calgary, Alberta, and Champions Creek. He's been known to train a lot of guys, like Nick Ring, who was on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, and I mean, both of these guys are known for that gritty grinder kind of style, so it's going to be a real clash of wills in here once again. Great matchups on our card tonight, and this is another great example.
Yeah, he's a fan of, he used to be a motorcycle mechanic. He moved into management in the service department over there. But just a delight to talk to, and he's got a very exciting style. I can't see that. This fight, even though these guys are small, dynamite comes in small packages, Jay.
Yeah, and both of these guys are veterans to the sport. These are no spring chickens. Both of them been fighting for almost 10 years each, so expecting some well-rounded and potent styles clashing in there tonight.
He actually had a win over Corey Chambers at Saturday Night Fights 11. So he may already be hated walking into this arena with so many fans.
Yeah, and it's funny, you know, we ask everybody about that, and most of the guys just say that it doesn't matter. You fight anywhere, and the crowd cheering for the other guy actually just gives them a pump too. So hopefully, and you know, there's no nerves without a ton of people here for you maybe too. So it's always a mixed bag when it comes to fighting close to or at home.
Absolutely. You see him in here testing out the ring. Coming into Roy Jones Jr.'s rap tune, who just retired, had his last fight earlier this month.
Yeah, still had a bit of the Jones razzle dazzle, but he's lost a step. Let's face it, as we all do.
Lost a couple. But Chad is not a guy who lost a step at all.
No, Eric Wilson has been around for a long time, and he just keeps getting better and better. And the single biggest thing that he thinks that has improved for him is the mental aspect of the game. And we hear that from so many fighters. Once you can master your nerves, you know, and you got to get to this point where you're mastering your body as well. And once it all kind of comes together, that's when you're truly dangerous.
I saw Eric Wilson look at that, hugging his kids, and coming into this ring, I saw him throwing some head kicks that were super fast. So look to watch him set up any of his head kicks there, and really, really powerful to see if that happens. I'm so excited for this fight. I could see it being a fight of the night too, based on speed and power.
Absolutely, these guys are both very evenly matched, and both coming in here looking for a big win as well. You know, and Eric's fighting in front of his hometown, which he hasn't been able to do too much, but very happy to do that here now, and eager to put on a show, and really looking at being able to perform here. As I said, we were talking about that mental aspect. He feels like he's talked himself out of fights before, but at this point, all he does is talk himself into them, and coming in here, he is going to be ready to rock and roll.
I hope these guys decide to stand up and really show their striking, because it's fast and it's technical and it's beautiful. You just saw Eric Wilson, striking coach, give him a shot to the face to get him in the right mood, get him in the right mindset, getting in the ring.
And he looks like he is ready. Eric Wilson taking the blue corner.
Good sportsmanship there. Both guys deciding to touch each gloves before the ring girls even get in there. Once again, the
Martial arts
beautiful
belt
Jordana.
for Modern Fighting Championship 1 is in the bantamweight division and is sponsored by the Twisted Tartan. Introducing first, In the Deuce Vodka red corner, he has a record of 6 wins and 5 losses. Standing 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing in at 135.4 pounds. Fighting out of Champions Creed in Calgary, Alberta, Chad the Monster Anheliger.
The Monster.
And his opponent in the Deuce Vodka blue corner, a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 7 wins and 7 losses. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighing in at 135 pounds even. Fighting at a modern martial arts center and outlaw MMA from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Eric Wilson.
Crazy tattoo on Eric Wilson's back. That is commitment, and I bet you that speaks volumes.
Hometown crowd going nuts for their boy here.
Samurai spirit. Oh boy. Let's see which one of these two will rise to the occasion. No hand touch.
Just ready to go and going at it.
Testing the range, both guys throwing jabs out and hooks. All right, test where they're going, test the chin. Like I said, watch Eric, he's gonna throw that kick. You can see him when his footwork, when his feet comes, I know he's gonna throw it. Ooh. Hit knuckle to eye there.
Yeah, that's a good straight punch catch again. Anheliger coming in.
And Anheliger doing the right thing to get him off that front foot if he's gonna start throwing power punches.
Whiffed on that leg kick and then ate one.
Keeps getting that front leg. If he takes Eric out of his game plan, he's not gonna be able to do much by keeping him off balance with that front leg kick. Very smart technique and tactic.
Good step in straight left there from Eric, then a hard right to the body.
He should fake that body shot and go upstairs. It did look like Chad did drop his hand to block that, so he'll be open for a right, counter cross. Oh, it's a good counter back.
Great stand-up battle here. These guys are both just willing to go toe-to-toe.
I'd like to see better head movement by both. Eric's got good up and down head movement. Chad's head is kind of there. He needs to move it back and forth, especially by the way he's fighting. Oh, there it was. He saw that.
It looks like he's actually trying to bait Wilson in. Doesn't look like he really respects his power, like you say, with the lack of head movement and just kind of waiting and trying to chuck those big punches once Wilson moves. Nice jab there. Snaps Wilson's head back. Wilson lands a hard kick. Another right to the body there.
You can't go body and not protect that head. He tagged him right in the chin. You have to protect that head if you're going to go low. It's a tactical error on Eric Wilson's part. And Anheliger took a bit of an advantage of it. Oh, he's throwing hard now. Throwing those Chuck Liddell whip punches.
Spank on that left for sure, and Wilson covering up.
Anheliger continued to go back to that base, kicking that front leg out, keeping off balance.
Definitely stalking Wilson now, and Wilson happy to trade with him here, but Anheliger does look like he's walking him down and just trying to land those heavy shots. Wading through any offense so far that Wilson's been able to toss his way.
Anheliger is really mastering range here. Actually, both fighters
whiffing on that
are using
huge
range
uppercut.
well. Yeah.
Great job by Wilson to avoid any heavy damage so far. Anheliger definitely swinging for the fences.
It's beautiful to see guys that are so seasoned now. There's your head movement. You've got great technique. Look at the footwork. He's trying to keep his foot on the outside as Eric Wilson is. And the head movement's great. They're doing angle shots, side uppercuts that are coming from different angles.
Yeah, that was a good little shovel uppercut that Wilson threw there, just missed.
Oh, if you're
and Anheliger wants that left hook, right uppercut combination. He just threw the one right uppercut there, but right before that, that combo, he's thrown it a couple of times.
I think you're going to see him tag it if Eric Wilson decides to go for a takedown, because he's keeping it tight and right in there. He's going to want to throw that uppercut.
In fact, maybe he was thinking that Wilson might do that earlier, because he's got that uppercut is locked and loaded. Working the body again there, Wilson. Tried to go over the top there, but not much on it.
Look at the experience and the striking ability of these two veterans. It's actually beautiful to watch. They're doing the sweet science in a beautiful, beautiful methodology. They're feinting, they're hitting each other, they're getting their range, they've got good head movement right out of range. Look at the speed of their hands, too.
And they're already kind of trying to anticipate what the other is doing, and Anheliger is kind of waiting for that shot and then trying to come over the top.
Oh, what a beautiful move.
Great combination by Wilson there.
Wilson. And he just got his range. And like you called it earlier, that uppercut, he's really looking for it. He's trying to maintain dominant control by continuing to kick that front leg out so he can't get a power shot ready.
Keep the pressure, he's taking deep breath. Keep the pressure now. Taking deep breath. Don't let pressure.
Against the fence, you don't want to do any rope and dope here.
No, and you know, Anheliger could have probably pressed him a bit more there, and Wilson was a little flat-footed against the ropes, but able to circle out now.
Anheliger is really starting to win the distance game and the striking game and the control game at the center of the ring, consistently stalking, and he's really taking over this first round from the judges' scorecard.
Wilson switching stances there, try to keep it fresh. Not able to land that low kick.
Oh, that's a great shot. Two hook right to the chin. Wasn't even set up, straight shot, and he got it. And Anheliger is striking, it's crisp, it's fast, and he's doing it off transition. Whenever Eric switches his feet, watch Anheliger, and he'll attack in transition, which is super fast and super cool to see.
Another step in left hook there that
5
landed
seconds.
pretty hard. Right at the end. Great fight, and Wilson always happy to take a few on the chin to give a few. He definitely took a few there. Good back and forth battle.
If you're a fan of technical boxing, you have got to be a fan of these two mixed martial artists.
Not even a hint of a takedown
Not
there
even
in that
a-
round.
No. And just fun to watch for the fans. Beautiful head movement. But I think that Anheliger, the monster himself, got the edge in that first round.
Yeah, I think so. And you got to wonder if maybe Wilson will try to switch it up and maybe go for a takedown. I think that he does feel like he has the advantage. I think he told me for a couple of years he really focused on the grappling, and that
Here
was
we
his
go.
Forte. But
See,
just a
that's Eric
quick,
Wilson
crisp
coming in with good
combination.
shots, and he looked like he had his range real
tags him
well
again
here.
there, just under the chin.
But then you'll see Chad come back here. Oh,
This
wow.
is good fake takedown there. You said he didn't set it up, but he did with a bit of a head fake there, I
Yeah,
think.
he absolutely did, and it just that little hesitation, put it on your chin. Here we go for the second round. Chad, the monster Anheliger, and Eric Wilson.
Both fighters looking pretty fresh ultimately.
The lightweights don't get as tired as the pterodactyls, do they, Jacob?
No, definitely not. But I mean, Anheliger's definitely been swinging for the fences, as we say, so he might end up making a difference later on. Not if he can land some of those shots, though, of
Eric
course.
Wilson's got to be careful. When you put your hand out there and you're tapping your range, he's going to throw heavy when he gets it. He's tapped his hands to get his range. He's going to come hard because now he knows his range is there. Watch for a hard. He wants to take that front leg out, though.
Well,
He gets his range.
He's
He's going to go.
about here. Wilson is definitely doing the stalking now, and Anheliger happy to counter punch. Lands a good counter knee there.
I'm telling you, he's setting him up. And Anheliger is actually setting up for the attack. Look at that. Oh, they're both trading beautifully now. Anheliger, look at Anheliger.
Wilson managing to walk through it so far, but he's eating some big shots there.
Dude, just beautiful to watch this back and forth. Both these guys are great.
Duck under there by Wilson and looking for the leg maybe. Try to take this to the ground or just make him think about something else.
Oh, there's that uppercut we called earlier. He's been looking for it, and now he keeps
Hard leg
dominating
kick,
the
too.
positioning in that first leg. Oh, and a hard body shot.
Anheliger turn the tables once more, and
A little bit of rope-a-dope, a little bit of uppercut, a little bit of Roy Jones Jr.,
Cartoon
like his song.
uppercut fake
Cartoon.
there.
Cartoon uppercut fake. Look, he's getting his range. He's going to come with a hard two. You can see, there it is.
There it is.
You called it. When you guys start tapping your range, you got to be careful. Don't let him do that, Eric. You've got to do something to disrupt it. If he starts tapping you like that, all he's doing is going to hit you with everything he's got. Eric
Wilson
needs to
switching stances and circling out, doing a good job to avoid too much heavy damage yet. Not wearing it too much yet. Anheliger is relentless.
He's being a monster for sure, but he really wants that uppercut. He loves it. He's in love with it. Oh, wow.
Straight down the pipe that time. And
The problem when a fighter gets in range like Chad and he starts hitting Eric and he moves in and out, Eric can't seem to get his range back. And even though he wants to fight, all he's doing is defending. Oh, that's a
shot
nice
there
kick
from
shot.
Wilson.
Absolutely a good shot by Wilson.
And a nice
And
left
back again.
back by Anheliger. Great back and forth battle here.
Hours and hours and hours of boxing
Wilson
here. This
mixing it up well.
masterful. It's so much fun to watch.
Got some blood flying into the cage now, the ring rather. No, not for the first time this evening.
That uppercut's coming again. You can see he's almost telegraphing it. And for the counter on the uppercut, he needs to sidestep for an angle punch and try to get that 2 or just jab out of that uppercut. Or you can get that front leg and do a takedown and try to change the momentum.
Shot there with that right hand. Wilson did a good job to avoid it. And ducks under there.
I'm loving how both these fighters are going high and low, to the head and to the body. It's actually wonderful to watch. Look at the speed of Anheliger. He's doing a can opener punch
flowing fairly freely at this point. Lands a hard kick though. Anheliger walks through it, continues to stalk. He's just looking for that big punch. Wilson can't be sure if it's going to come from above or below.
The one thing that these guys are doing, they're not seeing the knees in the right position when they're there. There's some jump knees and some straight knees when you're in that position.
Nice body kick by Wilson there. And Anheliger content to eat it and continue to march forward. Looking very comfortable in there now, Chad Anheliger.
Anheliger's offense stifles your own offense. You can see that Eric's doing a lot of good stuff, but the way he fakes, the way he touches you, he makes you pause.
Well, and Anheliger's doing a good job of fighting, both coming and going too. You know, he's doing good counter punching, but he's also happy to lead as well and landing in both realms there.
You're absolutely right. He's countering and he's being aggressive. And it's frustrating for Eric because look, you can see in his face
absolutely
when he gets
there.
hit.
You could just see the frustration. Oh, the jab again, really. But he's got to fire back and maybe make this fight a little bit more dirty here. Good job by Wilson to step in with that. Just missed.
But Anheliger's sidestep and his body movement is incredible. Like,
and he's landed some heavy shots, and Wilson doesn't even look phased with most of them. He's managed to walk through almost everything, and certainly that's Wilson's history. He's known as a grinder and a no quit in him.
Almost like a Floyd Mayweather style, leaning back, keeping that shoulder over, and really meaningful movement that Chad Anheliger has. He's always setting up his attack, and then he sets up his counter with his movement. It's beautiful to watch.
Wilson really not able to generate too much offense on the feet in this round, and wearing that mask of blood at this point, and Anheliger still looking pretty fresh too.
That mask of blood.
Oh, goes for the big wheel kick at the end, and gets a smile from his opponent there.
And they're smiling about that, Jacob, but that's something that wins a round if it's close. You throw those things over, judge like, I don't know, that kick almost got him, let's give him the round. So that's very tactical. Let's go to that replay. Oh, are you serious?
Left
Look at that.
hand's landing there, and again, Wilson just walks through them so far. And the right hand over the top there. Actually more straight.
Uppercut to the cross, like, this is just beautiful boxing. He's just loves that uppercut. And it's hard to see the way it comes out. You know it's coming, you just don't know when, because you can't see. He hides it with his shoulders.
It's true, and that straight comes just as often, it seems like now too. But
yeah. And Eric's doing everything, but it's this feinting and it's this body movement of Anheliger and getting out of the way when he gets going, which is so hard to fight a guy like that.
Again, we want to see if maybe they'll change the game plan here a little bit. See if Wilson tries to make it a little dirtier here. Maybe try to get the fight to the ground.
I'm in the corner right now, and I'm in Eric Wilson's corner. I'm like, wait till he goes for that uppercut, overcommits, you get that single leg, you turn and get him on the ground, maintain top position, and get to that mount. Oh, jeez. Once again, Anheliger testing his distance with that hand out there. Like I said before, if he can get his range, he can throw bombs from there. But look at his meaningful movement, the way he moves. Look at it. Oh, it's so nice to watch.
Double leg.
He got it.
He's deep on it.
Oh,
Anheliger manages to shrug it off.
With a hip twist, he broke his legs broke his arms from the ground. That's just hours and hours of having a moment to get out of a bad situation.
Wilson's got him up against the turnbuckle with 3 hard knees to the alternate thighs here so far. Another trying to take away that base from Anheliger and go for that takedown again. Doing a good job to work him here so far, and Anheliger doesn't really have an answer. As we said earlier, you can kind of get trapped against the turnbuckle here. It's no corners in a cage, but here we've got 4, and sometimes it can be a bad time. Good job to spin and turn him here.
You've got to love the fact that Eric Wilson's clearly listening to his corner and going, okay, let's try to get him down to the ground. But Anheliger is wise to it. He knows that was going to happen.
Good job to dig those
Look how
underhooks, get
relaxed
that
he is.
reversal, and then step
Look,
back
sticking
out.
his chin right out there. Look at the calmness of Anheliger. He's no defense whatsoever. He's just looking to strike back. Look at this guy.
Wilson happy to just put his head down and chuck.
What a fight.
He's showing him that uppercut again, and then throwing that left straight down.
But you can still see Anheliger controlling the center of the ring again, controlling the distance. Look at him, look at the oh, there it is. He's been looking for that all night. He's going to continue to throw it if he gets his range. Oh, he changed from the uppercut to a body shot to the liver.
Hard shot to the body, and again, Wilson's nose flowing pretty freely at this point.
Oh, that looks like a broken nose.
No
man.
quit in Wilson, though. He's still coming forward when he can, when he's not being backed against the ropes. Anheliger in the driver's seat here in the stand-up game.
In the driver's seat and turning it into third gear. He's really starting to get that range and throw down and cause some damage. Oh, it's a good counter.
Yeah, good counter by Wilson. Ate that one coming in, but happy to eat it to land a couple of his own. Anheliger not phased, coming forward still.
Look at his movement. Strike, strike. Even if Eric throws beautiful counters, he can't get to his head. Or it doesn't have the power. He's got to go back and try to get that single leg again. He almost had it before. Oh, what a count! What a cross! There it is.
Good
Yeah,
job,
exactly
Wilson
what
to
he
duck
needs to
under.
do.
Gets the single
He's gotta
leg
go
almost
up
through the
and
ropes, but he's in tight on that single. But another good job by Anheliger to defend. And if anything's going to sap the will of Wilson at that point, it's just the ability of him to defend those takedowns.
From Wilson, you're hating the fact that he's defending this so well. Oh,
Hard shots.
nothing worse than a liver shot and nothing worse than a couple, no matter how hard they hit you.
Anheliger now covered with blood, but none of it is his, it doesn't look like. Again, continuing to walk Wilson down and try to pound him out here. But
Living up to his name, the monster, in terms of this cardio, no quit. Just continuing. Look at him look to the body for a shot and hit the face straight up. I mean, Eric Wilson is a great striker, but he looks like he just can't get it done. And
he
Anheliger
had
is
some
masterful.
success earlier, but Anheliger is just managing to land the heavier shots.
Eric's getting tired now. He's breathing through his mouth. He's probably got a broken nose. Tough situation. Nice uppercut.
Still going for the finish. Eric Wilson still swinging hard himself, but Anheliger managing to tag him as he dances back out.
Look at his cardio. The guy's not. His eyes are just clear. It's like he's just get the first round.
Still throwing a good variety and keeping Eric Wilson on his heels for the most part here.
Absolute masterful movement.
Chad's
boxing.
coach is calling for the finish here. They want him to put the pedal to the metal here for the last minute of this round. And Anheliger, enough respect for Wilson to not get reckless here.
I mean, we're both speechless here, just watching the movement and what's going on. And it's the same thing that's been going on for the first 2 rounds. And it's almost mesmerizing to watch. 10 seconds left in this fight. Eric Wilson's got to throw some haymakers. Oh, and you see Chad, the monster, Anheliger do a Brazilian capoeira kick.
Yeah, that was definitely capoeira.
Amazing.
Great show of respect there. And Wilson on the wrong end of that decision, unfortunately.
What a cardio machine. Absolutely pretty to watch. For any of you out there thinking you want to get into boxing, that was what I would call boxing 100. Just everything you need to learn about it was in that fight, and Chad did it beautifully. And Eric didn't do anything wrong. He just couldn't get it going.
Not at all. And he didn't quit in him either. He just kept coming, and good job to change up the plan and try to go for those takedowns.
Absolutely.
But Anheliger fresh enough to stifle those.
Both times, and just popping his hips, twisting his hips, and breaking that grip. It's amazing. Yeah, and Anheliger, I think he can go as far as he wants to in this sport. He wants to probably get up on the power, not telegraph too many uppercuts like that. But wow, just looked like a seasoned
Testament
veteran.
to how relaxed he was in there to play around a bit.
And
Even with those
having
kicks
fun.
at the end of the rounds,
Yeah.
for sure.
Having fun, both these guys. But
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your winner by unanimous decision, Chad Anheliger.